Have you ever felt stuck, unsure of how to move forward, or constantly waiting for the perfect moment to take action? Maybe you're tired of feeling like you're on the edge of something great, but you just can't seem to cross that line. Let me tell you something, the real roadblock to your success isn't the lack of opportunities or even your circumstances. It's the way you're thinking right now. Your mind is holding you back more than anything else, but here's the truth. Today could be the day that changes everything. Today could be the day you stop waiting and start acting. I'm here to challenge you, to wake you up and to help you realize that you're the one holding the keys to your future. This isn't some feel-good pep talk. I'm not going to tell you everything's going to be easy. Instead, I'm going to show you how to break through the walls you've built and take control of your life. What you do right now in this very moment can start to reshape your entire future. So stay with me. What you're about to hear could be the turning point you've been waiting for. It's time to take charge and stop letting fear and hesitation run the show. Today, we start the journey to change. Let me tell you something. You are exactly where you are right now because of the choices you've made. That might sting a little, but it's the truth. Every choice, whether big or small, has brought you to this very moment. Now, I know that's hard to hear. You might want to blame circumstances or other people or even the economy for where you are, but let me be clear. The real reason you're stuck, the real reason you're not where you want to be, is because of the decisions you've been making or not making. This is the harsh truth Tony Robbins shares. You are where you are because of your choices. Your choices define your path. They shape your life. Every day you make choices that either move you forward or keep you stagnant. The problem is many of you are not owning your decisions. You're letting life happen to you instead of making life happen for you. The first thing you need to do is take ownership. Stop blaming circumstances. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There will never be a perfect time. If you wait for everything to line up, if you wait for everything to be just right, you'll be waiting forever. Life isn't going to change for you. It's time for you to change things. You have the power to decide. Your decisions determine the course of your life. Now think about this. How many times have you said to yourself, I'll start tomorrow, or I'll wait until the right opportunity comes along? How many times have you delayed taking action, thinking that somehow things would get easier? Let me tell you this, the only thing you're doing when you delay making a decision is ensuring that nothing changes. You're staying right where you are, stuck in the same pattern. You see, the cost of blaming your circumstances is that it keeps you stuck. You'll stay in the same place, in the same situation, thinking that the world owes you something. But the truth is, nothing changes until you do. Every day that you wait is a day that you could have spent making progress, taking action, and creating results. You're responsible for where you are, and if you want to get to where you dream of being, you need to take responsibility for the decisions that are holding you back. Choices shape your future. Every small decision you make matters more than you think. It's not the big, life-altering decisions that define you, it's the small, seemingly insignificant ones. The way you spend your morning, the effort you put into your work, the choices you make about your health, your relationships, your habits. Over time, these decisions stack up, they compound, and in the end, they create your reality. If you keep making the same choices, you'll keep getting the same results. It's as simple as that. You can't expect to get different results while making the same decisions. That's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different outcomes. If you're not happy with where you are, then it's time to make a different choice. It's time to start making decisions that align with where you want to go. Think about it, what would happen if you started making choices based on where you want to be, not where you are? What if instead of staying in the comfort of familiar habits, you stepped out and made choices that pushed you forward? That's how change happens. That's how success is built. It's the small daily decisions made consistently that eventually lead to big results. So I'm asking you today, are you ready to take responsibility for your choices? Are you ready to own your decisions and stop blaming the world around you? Because the truth is, only you have the power to change your future. Start making the decisions that will move you toward your dreams, not away from them. Don't let the past dictate your future. Let your choices create the life you've always wanted. Let me tell you something, growth never happens inside your comfort zone. I know that's a tough pill to swallow, especially when you've spent so much time trying to avoid discomfort. You've been taught that comfort is safe, and you've clung to it because it feels familiar. But here's the harsh truth. Comfort is a trap. It keeps you stuck. It makes you believe that if you stay within those cozy boundaries, you'll be fine. But what you don't realize is that comfort keeps you small. It keeps you from becoming the person you're meant to be. It's not protecting you, it's holding you back. It's time to wake up and realize that staying safe is costing you more than you think. It's preventing you from taking risks, from pushing yourself, from truly living. Every time you choose the easy path, every time you decide to play it safe, you're sacrificing your growth. You're settling for less than what you're capable of. The truth is, if you keep making the same safe choices, you'll keep getting the same results. Nothing will change. The life you want, the success you crave, won't just show up at your door because you've stayed comfortable. You have to step out of your comfort zone to create the life you deserve. Now let's talk about why discomfort is actually your best friend. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but discomfort is where all the magic happens. You've probably heard the phrase, growth only happens outside your comfort zone, and it's more true than you think. Think about it, every time you faced a challenge, a situation that pushed you beyond your limits, you grew. Every single time you felt nervous, scared, or unsure, you were on the edge of something new. That's where growth lives. Growth doesn't live in your safe space. It doesn't live in the I've got this zone. It lives in the I'm not sure if I can do this zone. That's where the magic happens. If you want to go to the next level in your life, you have to embrace discomfort. It's the only way. You have to be willing to feel the fear, the anxiety, the uncertainty, and push through it. You have to be okay with the fact that you're going to fail. You will fail. And that's a good thing. Failure isn't the end, it's the beginning of something bigger. Every failure is a lesson, a stepping stone, a way for you to learn what works and what doesn't. It's a necessary part of the process. If you're afraid of failure, you're afraid of growth. And if you're afraid of growth, you'll be stuck exactly where you are forever. There's a huge difference between the pain of staying comfortable and the reward of growth. The pain of staying comfortable is quiet. It's sneaky. It's the voice that says you're fine just the way you are. It's the voice that tells you you've got everything you need right here. But let me ask you something. How's that working out for you? How many times have you felt unfulfilled, frustrated, or stagnant while living in your comfort zone? That's the pain of comfort. It's not the pain you can see, it's the silent killer. It eats away at your potential day by day, telling you that it's okay to settle for less. Now compare that to the pain of growth. Growth is loud, it's uncomfortable, it's uncertain, but it's also exciting. It's thrilling. It's the pain of breaking through barriers, of testing your limits, of becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but the reward of growth is worth every ounce of discomfort. It's the feeling of achievement, the feeling of progress, the feeling of knowing that you pushed yourself past what you thought was possible. And that, my friend, is priceless. You see, the only way to get where you want to go is to make peace with discomfort. It's not your enemy, it's your ally. Without it, you'll never break through the barriers that are holding you back. Without discomfort, you'll stay exactly where you are, watching others live the life you want while you're stuck, playing it safe. But here's the truth. You're not like them. You're different. You have the strength to take that step outside your comfort zone. You have the courage to embrace the fear and move forward anyway. The sooner you stop running from discomfort, the sooner you'll start running towards success. So today, make a decision. Make a decision to step out of the comfortable place you've been hiding in. Choose the road less traveled, the one that's filled with challenges, setbacks, and lessons. Because that's the road that leads to your dreams. The longer you stay where it's safe, the longer you'll delay your own success. It's time to embrace discomfort, step into the unknown, and become the person you're meant to be. There is no growth without it. Have you ever been fired up by a great idea, motivated to make a change, only to find yourself stuck a few days later, unable to follow through? You're not alone. Motivation is powerful, but it's fleeting. It comes and goes, like a spark that flickers and fades. What separates those who achieve success from those who don't isn't motivation, it's discipline. Today I'm going to share with you why consistency is the key to success and how embracing it will change everything for you. I won't just talk about it in theory. I'll show you real, practical ways to make discipline work for you. It's time to stop waiting for inspiration and start building success, one small, consistent action at a time. If you want lasting change, this is your turning point. Stay with me, because by the end of this talk, you'll see exactly why discipline will unlock the life you've been dreaming of. Let me tell you something. Motivation is overrated. We all have those moments where we feel inspired, fired up, and ready to take on the world. But motivation doesn't last. It fades. You've felt it before, right? You're motivated to work out, to write that book, to start that new project, but then life happens. You wake up tired, you get distracted, something comes up, and before you know it, that fire is out. Motivation is not what gets you to your goal. It's discipline. Discipline is what carries you through when motivation has run its course. It's what gets you out of bed at 5 a.m. even when you don't feel like it. It's what keeps you writing when your mind tells you to stop. It's what drives you to make progress every single day, even when the results aren't visible yet. Discipline is consistency over time, and that's what leads to real, lasting success. Motivation may give you a spark, but discipline is what keeps the fire burning. Here's the thing, success isn't built overnight. It's built on the small actions you take every single day. The truth is, the big wins don't come from giant leaps. They come from consistent small steps. And those steps aren't always glamorous. It's not about doing something massive every day. It's about showing up every day. The key is repetition. Day after day you show up and do the work no matter how you feel. Think about it, every time you choose to do the work instead of making excuses, you're building momentum. Every time you follow through with that task, no matter how small, you're reinforcing the habit that will get you closer to your goal. You don't need to have the perfect plan or the best ideas. You just need to be consistent. Progress isn't about the big moments, it's about the daily grind. When you can commit to doing something consistently, even in the face of challenges, that's when success starts to happen. I get it, the temptation of short-term pleasures is real. A Netflix binge, sleeping in, eating that extra dessert. We've all been there, and it's easy to give in to those instant gratifications. But let me ask you, what's the true cost? What are you sacrificing when you indulge in those temporary pleasures? Each time you choose to skip your workout or delay your work, you're giving up your future success. You're making the choice to stay stuck in the same place. The problem with short-term pleasures is they feel good in the moment, but they don't get you any closer to your goals. They don't move the needle in your life. On the other hand, every time you resist that temptation, you're investing in your future. You're making a deposit in the bank of success. It might not feel like much right now, but over time, those little sacrifices add up. They create a compound effect that leads to real, lasting success. Ask yourself, is the comfort of today worth the cost of tomorrow's dream? The answer is clear. The cost of short-term pleasure is the price of your long-term goals. And trust me, you don't want to pay that price. Let's talk about real success for a moment. Think about the greatest achievers you know. People like Elon Musk, Serena Williams, Steve Jobs, or even someone in your own life who has built something remarkable. Do you think they got there by taking shortcuts or avoiding discipline? No, they got there by making consistency a daily practice. Every success story, every breakthrough comes from those small, consistent actions. Serena Williams didn't become one of the greatest tennis players of all time by practicing when she felt motivated. She did it day in, day out. She showed up on the court even when she was tired, even when she didn't feel like it. She didn't wait for motivation. She created discipline in a routine, and that discipline built her success. Elon Musk didn't get to where he is by waiting for the perfect moment. He made decisions every day that built the future of SpaceX and Tesla. It was not one huge breakthrough, but thousands of small, consistent actions, day after day, month after month, year after year, that got him to where he is. What about you? The same is true for you. Your success won't come from one big move. It will come from the daily decisions you make to keep going, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. Those small steps you take every day will compound, and before you know it, you'll be closer to your dreams than you ever thought possible. Success is not about motivation. It's about discipline. Discipline is the difference between staying stuck and moving forward. It's the difference between dreaming and achieving. It's time to make a commitment to consistency. It's time to embrace the price of success. Because when you stay disciplined, success is inevitable. And that success, it's worth every single step. Have you ever felt like there's something more out there for you, but you just can't seem to reach it? Do you ever wonder why some people seem to break through barriers while others remain stuck in the same place year after year? The answer is simple: the power of one decision. You are only one decision away from changing your life forever. That's right, one decision, one choice that can shift everything in the right direction. Today I'm going to show you how making that decision one step towards something greater can break you free from the limitations that have been holding you back. This is not some feel-good fluff. This is about taking control of your future with a single, powerful decision. The life you've been waiting for is just on the other side of that one choice. So let's get started. Your breakthrough is closer than you think, and it's waiting for you to make that bold, life-changing decision. Let me ask you something. What's holding you back? What is it that's keeping you from the life you want? Is it fear, doubt, the comfort of your current situation? It's easy to settle into the routine of your life and tell yourself that change is too hard, that it will take too long, or that you're just not ready. But here's the truth. You are only one decision away from breaking free from whatever is holding you back. This decision may not be easy, it might be uncomfortable, it might even scare you a little bit. But that's where real change happens, when you step into the unknown and make a choice that challenges you. Because when you make that decision, you stop being a passenger in your life and start taking control of the wheel. You take your power back and you set the course for a life that's truly yours. Every successful person you admire, they've made decisions that have transformed their lives. And now, it's your turn. Are you ready to break free from the things that are holding you back and step into something greater? You've been given a gift, your ability to choose. That's right, every moment, every day, you are presented with opportunities to choose the path you want to take. Your decisions are the steering wheel of your life, and every time you make a choice, you're either moving forward or staying stuck. Think about it. The decision to start that business, the decision to work on your health, the decision to stop letting fear control you. Each decision you make shapes your future. And when you start making empowering decisions, your life begins to move in the direction you've always wanted. You're no longer waiting for change to come to you, you're creating it. Here's where most people get it wrong. They believe they need a big, dramatic shift to change their life. But that's not how it works. It's the small, empowering decisions you make every day that propel you forward. And as you make more of them, you'll begin to see your life transforming right before your eyes. It's not about waiting for a sign or a perfect moment. It's about the decisions you make today that will take you to where you want to be tomorrow. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. Your next decision will either keep you where you are or push you towards something new. That decision might be about your career, your relationships, your health, or your personal growth. But no matter what area of your life it's in, that decision holds immense power. You may feel like you need more time to think about it, more information to make the right choice. But the truth is, the power of your next decision is not in waiting, it's in acting. Right now is the moment that will define your future. If you hesitate, if you keep putting off the decision, you're allowing your current circumstances to dictate your future. But if you make the decision to act, to choose something different, to push past the limits of your comfort zone, you'll unlock doors you never thought possible. Your future is not written in stone. It's written in the decisions you make today. So ask yourself, what do you want for your future? And what's the next decision you need to make to move closer to it? The choice is in your hands, and it's waiting for you to take the first step. It's time to stop waiting for everything to fall into place. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. Stop waiting for the perfect moment when everything aligns. Because here's the harsh truth. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. The longer you wait, the longer you delay the change you crave. The longer you stay stuck, the more time you waste. The bold decision you need to make is to take action today. You might not know exactly how everything will unfold, and that's okay. You don't need to know the entire plan. You just need to take that first step. Whether it's picking up the phone, sending that email, signing up for that course, or simply making a commitment to yourself to start moving forward, you are one decision away from a completely new chapter in your life. Don't let fear, doubt, or uncertainty hold you back. Don't let the comfort of the present moment convince you to stay where you are. Your future is waiting for you, and the only thing standing between you and that future is the decision to act. Take that step, make that decision, and let it propel you into the life you've always wanted. The life you've been dreaming of is within your reach, and it all starts with one decision. It starts with you. So what are you waiting for? Make that decision today. Your breakthrough is just a choice away. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by your emotions? Maybe anger, fear, or doubt has gotten in the way of your success. Maybe you felt helpless, like your emotions were controlling you instead of the other way around. Let me tell you something. Your emotions do not control you. You control them. This moment is your turning point. Today we're going to dive into the power of emotional mastery and how it can keep you focused, driven, and on the path to success. You're not a prisoner to your emotions. Instead, you can use them to your advantage. I'm going to show you how to recognize and control your emotions, turning them from obstacles into fuel for your journey. This isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about understanding them, reframing them, and using them to propel you forward. Stick with me, because once you master your emotions, you'll find that nothing can stand in your way. Emotional mastery is one of the most powerful tools you can develop. Let me ask you this. How many times has your mood, your anger, or your anxiety held you back from reaching your goals? We've all been there. In moments of frustration, it can feel impossible to stay focused or clear-headed. But the truth is, mastering your emotions is what keeps you on track. When you understand your emotions, you understand yourself. And when you understand yourself, you can control your reactions instead of letting them control you. It's easy to let your emotions take over, to let fear paralyze you, or let anger push you into reckless decisions. But when you have control over them, you can stay calm, clear, and focused. You can make better choices and take better actions. Emotions are signals. That's right, your emotions are not something to be afraid of. They're there to tell you something important. They're like a GPS for your mind, guiding you toward what you need to understand or what needs to change. When you feel fear, it's your body telling you that something is outside your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens. When you feel anger, it's a signal that something isn't right, and it's time to address it. When you feel anxiety, it's your mind telling you to slow down and prepare. But here's the key. You don't have to react to those emotions in a way that derails your progress. You don't have to let them control you. Instead, you can use them to fuel your success. Fear can push you to prepare and act. Anger can push you to set boundaries or fight for what you deserve. Anxiety can help you plan, be thorough, and stay alert. Your emotions are your allies, not your enemies. The sooner you learn to use them, the faster you'll move forward. Now let me show you how to master your emotions with some practical techniques. First, the power of reframing. Whenever you feel an intense emotion, stop for a moment. Take a step back and ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? Reframe your perception of that emotion. Fear isn't something to avoid, it's a signal that you're on the edge of something important. Anger isn't something to suppress, it's a call to stand up for yourself. Anxiety isn't something to panic about, it's a reminder to prepare and focus. When you reframe your emotions this way, you shift your mindset from I'm being controlled by this feeling to I can use this feeling to guide me. Next, breathe. Sounds simple, right? But it works. When your emotions rise, pause and take a deep breath. Slow down. You'll be amazed at how powerful this simple act can be. Deep breathing helps calm your nervous system, giving you the space to think clearly and respond rationally instead of reacting impulsively. It creates a pause between the stimulus, the emotion, and your response, allowing you to regain control. In that space, you can choose how to react, how to act, and how to move forward. Another powerful technique is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine how you want to feel in that moment. Picture yourself calm, collected, and confident. See yourself handling the situation with grace and control. Visualization doesn't just help you relax, it prepares your mind for success. When you visualize positive outcomes, you condition your brain to believe that success is not only possible but inevitable. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, take a deep breath, visualize success, and then take that next step with clarity and purpose. Let me share a real-life example of someone who overcame emotional barriers to achieve success. Think of Michael Jordan, widely considered one of the greatest athletes of all time. Jordan's path to success wasn't a smooth ride. He faced rejection, failure, and intense pressure throughout his career. But what set him apart was his ability to master his emotions. In one of his most famous playoff games, Jordan played through severe flu-like symptoms. He was physically exhausted, emotionally drained, but he chose to stay in the game, controlling his fear and discomfort. He didn't let his emotions dictate his performance. Instead, he used them as fuel to keep going, to push through. And in the end, he delivered one of the most memorable performances in basketball history. Michael Jordan didn't let his physical condition or the pressure of the moment take control. He controlled his emotions, and that emotional mastery was the key to his success. He didn't let doubt, fatigue, or fear stop him. He used those emotions to drive him forward. And that's exactly what you can do in your life. The next time you feel frustrated, scared, or unsure, remember your emotions are not the enemy. They're signals guiding you toward what you need to do. With the right mindset and the right techniques, you can turn your emotions into a powerful tool for success. Your emotions are powerful. Don't let them control you. Take control of them. Use them to fuel your success. Reframe, breathe, visualize, and just like Michael Jordan, use your emotions as a driving force that propels you to greatness. The next time life throws you a challenge, remember this: you are not a slave to your emotions. You are the master. You decide how to respond. And with that power, you can achieve anything. Have you ever had a dream so big, so clear that it filled you with excitement? A vision for your life that makes you feel alive, yet somehow you still find yourself stuck, unable to move forward? It's easy to dream, it's easy to talk about what you want to do. But let me tell you something, dreaming alone won't get you there. It's not enough to wish for a better life or to imagine success. You have to take massive action. Today we're going to talk about why your dreams need action to become a reality. I'll show you how to stop waiting and start doing. We'll break down the barriers that keep you from acting, and I'll teach you how to take imperfect action, because the truth is, action is the key to transforming your dreams into results. Stay with me and let's turn your dreams into action. It's time to stop waiting and start creating the life you've always wanted. Dreams are powerful, but without action, they are nothing more than fantasies. You can dream all day about being successful, about making an impact, or about achieving greatness, but those dreams will stay exactly where they are, inside your head. You can picture success, write it down, tell people about it, but nothing will change until you take action. Let me ask you this. How many times have you thought about doing something big, but then something holds you back? Maybe it's fear, maybe it's doubt, maybe it's just the overwhelming feeling of not knowing where to start. But here's the cold hard truth. If you don't act, nothing happens. And that's the difference between dreamers and achievers. Achievers take action. They push through the fear, the uncertainty, the discomfort, and they do what it takes to move forward. Taking action doesn't mean you have to wait until everything is perfect. Too many people get caught up in the idea of doing things perfectly, but let me tell you something, perfection doesn't exist. The fear of making a mistake, of failing, keeps people stuck in place. They wait for the right time, the right conditions, or the perfect plan. But the truth is, the perfect moment is an illusion. You don't need to wait for everything to line up. The power of action is in simply starting. Just take that first step, no matter how small, and keep moving forward. It doesn't have to be flawless. It just has to be done. Starting imperfectly is better than not starting at all. Action breeds progress, and progress builds momentum. You see, the act of doing something, even if it's not perfect, helps you gain clarity. It helps you learn, adjust, and improve. When you take that first step, you begin to gather the information and experience you need to keep going. The more you act, the more you grow, and the more you learn. Inaction leaves you stagnant, uncertain, and trapped in a cycle of doubt. But when you act, you give yourself the opportunity to fail, adjust, and succeed. Every action you take gets you closer to where you want to be. So stop waiting for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. There's only now. And the only way to turn your dreams into reality is to start imperfectly, but with purpose. Let's talk about fear for a moment. Fear is one of the biggest reasons people hesitate to take action. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, the fear of making the wrong choice. But here's something you need to understand. Fear doesn't go away when you wait. Fear only diminishes when you act. The more you sit there paralyzed by fear, the bigger that fear becomes. But when you take that first step, no matter how small, you begin to face that fear, and with every action you take, that fear gets smaller and smaller. You begin to realize that the thing you feared wasn't nearly as scary as you thought. Fear is nothing more than a signal that you are about to step outside your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens. When you take action, your confidence grows. Confidence doesn't come from thinking about what you're going to do. It comes from doing it. It comes from showing up, making the effort, and learning as you go. The more you act, the more confident you become. Because with each step you take, you prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Action is the antidote to doubt. It's the cure for the paralysis that keeps you from moving forward. The more you take action, the more you build a belief in yourself and your ability to succeed. Let's talk about momentum. Action creates momentum, and momentum is one of the most powerful forces in the world. Have you ever noticed how once you start something, it becomes easier to keep going? That's the momentum of action at work. The first step is always the hardest. But once you start moving, things begin to flow. What once seemed like a huge task becomes manageable. The fear of failure becomes a stepping stone. And before you know it, you're achieving things you never thought possible. Small wins lead to bigger wins, and those wins lead to even bigger results. Momentum builds on itself, and before you know it, you'll be looking back at how far you've come, wondering why you didn't start sooner. Let me tell you a story about a man named Thomas Edison. He is one of the greatest inventors in history, but his path to success wasn't easy. In fact, he faced countless failures. He failed thousands of times before finally inventing the light bulb. Imagine how many people would have given up after the first 100 attempts. But Edison didn't let failure stop him. He didn't wait for the perfect idea. He took action. He learned from his mistakes, adjusted his approach, and kept going. And that action, despite all the failures, led to one of the most revolutionary inventions in history. His success wasn't due to genius alone. It was due to relentless action. He didn't wait for the right moment. He made the moment right by acting. So let me be clear, it's not enough to dream. You have to act. You have to take that first step, no matter how imperfect it is. You have to push through the fear, the doubt, and the hesitation. Every action you take, no matter how small, gets you closer to where you want to be. Momentum will carry you forward, and with every step, you'll grow in confidence and strength. The only way to turn your dreams into reality is through massive action. So stop dreaming and start doing. Your future is waiting, and it's waiting for you to take action. Have you ever found yourself looking at your life and wondering why things aren't where you want them to be? Maybe you're waiting for a sign, for the perfect moment, or for someone to come along and change things for you. Let me tell you something. There's no perfect moment. There's no knight in shining armor. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is you. You are the architect of your own destiny. Everything you need to create the life you've always dreamed of is already within you, but you have to step up, take control, and start building. Today is the day you stop waiting and start acting. I'm here to remind you that your future is in your hands. You have the power to create change. All it takes is the decision to take action, right now. So let's make this your turning point. The life you want isn't out of reach. It's right in front of you, waiting for you to take the first step. It's easy to fall into the trap of waiting for everything to line up perfectly before you take action. We all do it. We tell ourselves, I'll do it tomorrow or when the time is right, but let me tell you, that moment doesn't exist. If you keep waiting for the perfect time, you'll end up waiting forever. The perfect moment will never come. What you have is now. The power is in your hands right now to take control of your future. Reclaim your power. Stop looking for reasons not to act, and instead look for ways to start. You don't need everything to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to make the decision to take action today. Your mindset is your foundation. What you believe about yourself shapes what you do and ultimately what you achieve. If you believe that you're stuck, that you're not capable, or that the odds are stacked against you, then that's exactly how your life will unfold. But if you change that belief, if you decide that you are the creator of your own reality, then everything changes. Your thoughts control your actions, and your actions determine your future. So today, decide that you will no longer be a passive observer in your life. You are the one in charge. You have the power to make choices that will move you forward. Take that power back. The first step is always the hardest, but once you take it, everything shifts. It's time to start doing. Start with one small step. Make a decision. Write a goal down. Make that phone call. Take the action that gets you closer to the life you want. It doesn't matter if you're unsure. It doesn't matter if you feel like you're not ready. The only thing that matters is that you take that step. Right now, your future begins today. The life you want is waiting for you, but you have to go out and build it. Remember, you are the architect of your own destiny. Your life will be shaped by the decisions you make. So make today the day you stop waiting and start building. Take control. Take action. Your future starts right now.